Hi everyone. So today I think it's a high time that I talk about the admission process of South Asian University. Otherwise, I think if the time passes by, I'll forget how I did the whole procedure thing. Okay? So I really need to tell you all the entire process. I'll be telling it in English so that people from different nationality can understand it. Fine. So firstly, how to reach at South Asian University. The best way I felt was to take Qutub Minar, or there is a Qutub Minar, I guess, metro station yellow, and there is one more metro station near to that place. Actually, this place, South Asian University, is quite isolated from the real market. Fine, you have to get inside of a very vast stretch of land. So there are two metro stations, one after the other. First one is Qutub Minar. The second one, the name I'm not remembering. If I remember, I'll let you know. Fine. So I dropped at Qutub Minar, and then I took Uber directly because that was my first day. Later on, after the end of the day, I got to know that the college provide private auto facilities to the student just to connect them to the local market. From local market, metro station ride is quietly available. Fine. So they do provide auto facilities to each and every student free of cost to the local market. From local market to metro station, it would just cost 10 rupees to get an auto. Fine. So this is how things are. So I took Uber bike ride, and it costed me around 50 to 70 rupees. But that was my first time, and I wanted to reach on time because the time stipulated in the format was 10 to 5. Fine. In the email I got, so I reached at around 11 a.m. So I thought I was late, but actually the registration had just started. Like everybody was filling the form. So they told me that you have to go to room number 12. Fine, on the 212 or something like that, or second floor you have to reach. And there I was given this yellow form. Okay, that was important till the end. When I received my application admission slip, till then that form was very much important. So I had to fill in my details there. Fine, in the yellow form provided. First one that you need to remember is your application number. Like some application number DD something. They have 5-digit number they have given. Fine, and that must have come in your email ID. So that you need to do it beforehand. What is important and mandatory is medical certificate by a medical practitioner and his stamps. And remember, every time he were scolding about one important thing, that people signed later than the doctor. Like the doctor is certified, like this is a certificate document that is attached to the email provided to you, in which medical certification from a medical practitioner is to be given in the attached format. He just has to sign and affix his stamp to the document saying that you are medically and physically fit to attend classes. Fine, that is it. And there are two signs, like where you are self-proclaiming that I am mentally and physically fit to attend classes, and you are signing and your parents are signing. And later on the other half of the page, you would see that the declaration by the medical practitioner is also given, stating that this so and so person has met me on so and so date, and he is medically and physically fine and everything's well with him and he can attend the classes. Fine. So because it was an important document, what people did was first get the medical practitioner sign and then later sign them, because it was mentioned that sign with date. So their date was later to the date of the doctor. In that case, that was wrong. Firstly, you would sign, and that declaration has to be affirmed and confirmed by the medical practitioner. So there people made a huge blunder. Even I made them blunder, but I had my parents and somebody with me, so I got it done. ठीक है. The date thing was done and I had no problem. What I'm saying is that they would give me the yellow form. I have to fill in all my details, and all the details are known. They are very basic. What is your blood group? What is your email? What is your permanent residence? Are you here from there? Well, basic details about father's name and something, application number. That is the only important thing. Fine. Affix your photograph. The 2 photographs you have to bring. They have attached a list of documents, fine, stating what you have to bring on that very physical verification day. Also, they also gave us this form saying about like an affidavit stating that there are certain documents that I would provide to the university on the later date. For example, we have still not received the LL.B provisional certificate, and at that very point, physical verification day, I had not received what? The result of my final year. So but I know I had no bags, so I knew that everything is gonna be fine and I'll be getting admission. Therefore, what I did was, like, I gave the provisional, I signed this. They gave us a form. This is a kind of A4 sheet there where we would have to undersign and say, stating that the following documents are to be produced by us on the later date, and there I write, then there I wrote final year mark sheet and provisional certificate. Fine. So along with the yellow form and the documents attached, third thing was this. What were the documents attached? Documents were attached sequentially. First one, 10th year mark sheet, then 12th mark sheet, then graduation mark sheet, then LL.B mark sheet. Then they were also asking about the final year mark sheet as well as provisional certificate, which I did not have at that very point, because my university, my Delhi University, Central University had not yet released the result, so I could not. So I filed the affidavit. Also, 1 copy of Aadhaar card has to be must, and I would advise all the students to get at least 5 copies of Aadhaar card, because even if you are availing for hostel, you would need it. And they have pathetic photocopy services. The photocopy services are like, there is only one printer and so many students need to get each and every photocopy done, because in hostel form, I'll tell you. So this is the application form we have done. Now later we would reach to this room number 002, where the sir would be there, who would be seeing if all our documents are correct or not. And initially the teacher assistant signed, then the faculty would sign, then our authorized person, there is some admin person would sign, and then they would send you to the finance block just to see whether you have finished all your fees details and all or not. Finance department people would sign, and then you again come back and get verified by the teacher again. So you have to twice come back to this very place. Fine. And with the application form, now hostel form is what? That you have to get photocopy of the application form done, and with the attached photocopy, all your documents, your Aadhaar card, that is your residence proof. Fine, because Aadhaar card would have your permanent residence place, no? All that attached, and then you would go to hostel authorities, and there they would have a question answer round done, and then they would provide you your by orally only and written somewhere, they would provide you a room number, and later on they would give you keys. But it's actually, the hostel was that at that very point was open for all, so whosoever wanted to keep their luggage, they can do it if the room is allotted to them, and they could have their personal lock and keys to secure this system, the Almira, and after few days they would get the keys of the room. So that is the process. Then you need this application form photocopy done, attached with your Aadhaar card and everything done, and your application form has to be submitted, and then they would provide you with the admission slip, which you would produce when you would come back to the college on the very first date. And later, with the help of that, you would get what? Your iCard. So this is the entire process. We still have admission slips, and we'll get the Aadhaar or iCard later. Library card would be made, iCard would be made, roll numbers would be provided. Even we had to present provisionals also. So many things would happen in the first semester. Fine. People were baffled about because even the guards were not telling us the places to sit. Okay, while hostel authorities had this huge line, I'll attach the video, that they have huge lines of parents and teachers coming in for requesting for the hostel and having all the documents with them, and they were shortlisted, and the guards on the door were not telling them where to sit. They could have told them that you could sit at so and so rule number, and one could have provided a chip like sequentially, like number wise 1 2 3 4, and the person could have called number 1, number 2, number 3. This could have been an organized method, and people do it in all the PTMs. This happen that they provide you a chit and then you have to wait for your turn, and if it's an emergency then we can make an exception, otherwise everybody has to go by turn. But they did not make any such arrangement. The lines were broken n number of times. There was this one time when everyone was at that very small room where a teacher were verifying the documents, as well as having a little chat about which room they would want to choose, or like are these people like the last minute finalizing whether the person should be in the hostel or not. And everyone was in the hostel discussion room at that very point, because that was some sort of mismanagement. Also, one mismanagement was there was little or no time to get photocopy done. Everybody has to climb upstairs and come downstairs, like 2 floors, and then ask for what for the photocopy done. And photocopy person had gone for lunch for like 2 hours, so people were not able to do it. Even Blinkit was fasted from them. The entire college is in a forest, and even the Blinkit person could come and hand it over to you in within 7 minutes, but the photocopy person took 2 hours to get it done. So have everything on initial stage only. I've told you all the documents. If you want any detail, comment it, I'll help you out. But the persons on the department person are just behaving like a government employee, and they're not doing anything at all. Even the chai walas do not open their chai shop at Saturday and Sunday. It's off for them. They also have 10 to 5 facility. It's a government canteen, it seems. So there are certain things that were mismanaged, but but the people were nice. Okay, all were very welcoming, and the teacher faculties, the teacher assistant, non-teaching staff was very nice, and they were so nicely talking about the college, and you could solve all your queries with them. They were so nice in helping you out. There are 3 canteens, and one canteen also provide non-veg. That is Nabil's canteen, I guess. But the problem is that only canteen has all the chais and coffees also, and also patties also, and the chips also. Other 2 canteens only provide veg food, just veg food. It's good you provide veg food, but you can also add some chai, some lassi, even packets of mother dairy could have been done there. No, chach, something like that. Nothing doing. Only saag and aloo. Could have provided at least Nescafe coffee. People would have preferred. There are people who are vegetarians. You cannot force them to behave in a certain way, na? And I got to know the hostels were very nice. Like they are like apartment types. Okay, 2 BHK. Because the hostels, I'll tell you the true thing. The hostels are still under construction. The actual hostels that are supposed to be allotted to us are still under construction. So the apartments made for the teachers are now given to the students to reside in, because the students are from international as well. So everyone's getting 2 BHK, and in the 2 BHK, 2 bedrooms are there, and 2 bedrooms have 4 students in them, right? Like that 2 BHK has 4 students in them, and every room has separate balcony. Even the hall has a separate balcony of its own, and the separate rooms have separate washrooms. So this is a nice thing. At least means you would get apartment kind condition where with 1 hall, 2 rooms, 2 bathrooms, and balcony of the room. And sometimes they are mixed, and sometimes they have separate. So it's fine. Like you can get as much as sunlight or privacy you want. Like you want to talk to someone, you can go to the balcony, talk, right? And people, it's a fancy area. I'm not very aware about if it has AC or not, but I'll let you know about the situation. Hope you like it, share it, subscribe it. Tell me how did you enjoy the process? Did you enjoy the conversation we had? Thank you all. If I remember anything, I'll put again in the next video.